Set up behind me are the AOS Tracker Dome swags. They are an awesome quality swag. I'm going to show you how to set them up and pack them away. Let's get started.
Hit it.
G'day folks, Ben from Stones here today with an all Australian made product from Aussie Outback Supplies at AOS. This is the Tracker Dome swag. Comes in a king single and a double size here, and I'm showing you how to set it up and pack it away today. Now when you buy them, they come in a bag. The king single is about 85 centimeters long and the double is about 115 to 120 centimeters long. In terms of diameter, when they're new, it's about 35 centimeters, but these are compressed, and I'll show you shortly what I mean by that. But once you've used them the first time and roll them up again, they go out to about 50 centimeters diameter, and that's dependent on whether you pack up your bedding inside it as well. This guy weighs about 10 kilos, about 12 kilos for the double there, so not the lightest swags, but they are made with really heavy duty materials. Now on the bottom here, there's this zipper here. It's got a little red tab on here when you buy it from, this is a one-use zipper. The swag's compressed inside there. That's there to kind of keep it all tight. So I'm going to undo this, and you probably won't ever be able to roll the swag up that tight again. So we take this tag off, put it somewhere safe so we don't lose it. We unzip this, and that's going to release the compression feature inside the mat inside, and we can see the bag's now suddenly got a whole lot of extra space in it. So when we roll it up again, we can actually fit it inside the bag. What this does mean today is that the mat inside here is going to be quite compressed. You need to give that foam a bit of time to expand out. I'll start by pulling it outside the bag and show you what comes in there. So you can see, as I mentioned, this is a brand new swag, so it's quite compressed. The straps are really loose. So to unpack this now, we undo the straps. They're really good quality steel buckles that AOS use on their swags here, and they operate really easily with little red latches on the side. If we unroll the swag, at the end, or the foot end, where we start to roll it up, there's a pocket here that's underneath the foot end. If we undo that, we'll then reveal all the poles and pegs and instructions that we need to set it up. I'm going to leave the instructions in there because I know what I'm doing. We'll put these poles aside and we'll stretch the swag right out and start to get it to take shape. Now you get everything you need to set the swag up in full. So inside the peg bag here, you get a couple of heavy duty pegs which go in line with the guy ropes for each end. You could also use the steel pegs if you like, but you get 4 of these little lightweight steel pegs which can go in the corners here. There's little tabs to peg that down. Probably don't necessarily need that. If you've got the guy ropes in at each end, that's probably all you need. And then there's 3 poles. This one will make sense shortly, but that's just to create a bit of extra space under the little awning at the end. And then you get 2 alloy poles here. Now when you put these together, there's an elastic that runs right down the middle. When you put them together, make sure that the ferrules go all the way in. Don't try and set it up with them partly out like this. You can damage breaking the poles. So put them together. There's a longer one and a shorter one. The longer one and this black pole go at the head end of the swag here. So put these poles in place. They actually go into zipper sort of channels that AOS have incorporated into the swag here. So there's just a heavy duty number 10 coil zipper here, and the pole actually gets zipped inside this little pocket here. Now it needs to go through the end of the zipper channel there, come out the end, and then feed into the pocket at the base here. That happens on each side. Now you'd normally do this when you've kind of got this up like this and you pull the fabric over, but it's going to be a bit dark for you to see. So I'm going to try and do this while it's lying flat like this so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So I'll grab this end, feed it back through that end of the zipper there and into the base. Do the same thing on the opposite side. So follow it around. It's the same zipper run that goes around this side here. Push that through the end and into the base. Now, you'd normally want to try and pull this fabric over the top now. I'm just going to show you how the zipper run works before I do that, because you won't be able to see it. So this just zips over the top. We'll leave the zippers at the top there so we can see where, or we know where they are when we go to pack it up. We're not searching for the zipper pull. Now this is a little bit stiff because the canvas is really good quality canvas. It is a stiffer canvas, so it's going to take a little bit of time to stretch, but when you push this pole under, when you've normally got this up this way and you push this pole, you'll feel it kind of pop into place when it reaches this zipper channel here. So you can see now that pole is really well secured inside that zipper channel, and it's also really well distributing the pressure on the pole really evenly right across that whole top curve of the pole. From there, I'm probably not going to be able to do it because, oh no, it will come over the top. Normally easier to pull this across before you put the pole in place, well, that came across pretty easily there anyway. That's now our end dome pole in place. Now there's one other pole at this end to put in place, and it's the same deal. There's another zipper channel here. That's for this black pole here. If we put that, slide it into one end, and then in at the other, it's not quite as tight, this pole. And then do that zipper up. This then opens up the little sort of awning or vestibule at the end here a bit to create a little bit more of a sheltered space there without it sagging down. Now we do the same thing with this shorter pole at the foot end that creates the dome at the foot end, and then we can just put the guy ropes in place. So I've got the domes in at both ends now. I've got the ridge pole in here. We'll grab our guy ropes now. Now they come with little clips on the end already, so we can clip it into, there's a little bottle opener that's included with your swag here. We can just clip that onto here, peg out each end. There's a brass eyelet at the foot end as well. So by the time we peg both of these guy ropes out, we create a bit of rigidity in the top here, and we've got a bit more space in the swag. Before we do that, I suggest doing this zip up here. Now when you pack up the swag, it's easier to undo this so it all folds down neatly. If we don't do this up before we put the guy ropes in, we won't be able to do the zipper up. So before you put those guy ropes in, just come across, do these zippers up here so that this fabric will pull tight once you've got the guy ropes in place. So that's the swag all set up. Now keep in mind that this is new canvas. It's really stiff at the moment. It's high quality canvas, so it's not hanging quite nicely right now, but as you use it, it'll soften a little bit and it's gonna kind of hang a bit better and be a bit easier to manage. So we've got these guy ropes tight. There is a doorway under here that we can zip up. It will zip that up for pack up, but I'm gonna zip that up right now. And then we've got a few different setup options. At the moment, this is set up for full weather protection. So when the rain falls, it's going to run across here, it's going to run down here and off and down to the side, so away from all the zippers that are under here. Now you can set this up with just partial sort of mesh, I suppose, at the head end here, because this mesh section here, now once again this is stiff coming over the top here, but you can fold this fabric back so that it's out the way and you've got a little bit of breathability over the head end of the swag here. Other alternative is to find your zips under here, and there's 2 layers for the entire swag. So if we unzip this canvas layer, we can roll this all the way back and have a completely open mesh top. It's going to come around the other side. There's double zip pulls on here, so if we roll this all the way back, roll this up and tuck it down at the foot end here, we've now got a full mesh inner for really warm nights. We just leave this tucked in at the end of the swag here. Furthermore, you can then unzip this section here for entry to the swag. So this zips all the way to the foot end as well. If we unzip the mesh, then you've got a completely open bed area to sleep on here. Now, there are also vents at each end here, so you've got tons of ventilation option. If we undo this canvas panel at the end here, that opens up to a mesh panel there. And the same if we come back up to the head end here, there's an internally adjustable mesh, or just got to find the zippers, there we go. Everything's got double zippers here, so you can zip it both ways. We can roll that up, and even if you've got this top mesh done up, you've now got almost a full mesh swag to sleep in, because you've got mesh from foot to head here and mesh at both ends there. That's how you set up, or all your setup options of the Tracker Dome from AOS. Now, pack up of the swag is pretty straightforward too. A few extra little things I'll show you to kind of make it easier or neater. If you're like me and you like your swag to look nice and neat when it's rolled up, just try these few things. These come direct from AOS's recommendations. So zip up the inner, but just come up to, not all the way, so just come up to here, to the base, so that this sits flat on the bottom here. And the same with the top layer here. Just zip it up to this point here, so you're leaving this section undone. Once you've got them zipped up, you can then sort of fold it so it sits nice and flat on the base of the swag here. If we do all of that, it's going to make it easier to, or make the pack size of the swag when it's rolled up smaller. Now, while I'm doing this, I will mention that you can leave some bedding inside here. The bag that comes with the Tracker swag is slightly oversized, so you could leave a sleeping bag in there. Pillow, a full-size pillow might be a little bit much, but you could leave a sleeping bag or a quilt or some sheets and things inside there. So now while we're at this point, just kind of grab this fabric and just fold it neatly like this so it sits nice and flat on the bottom there. It's going to sit flatter once I've taken these poles out, so the next step is take the guy ropes and the poles out. We'll undo these zipper pulls or these zipper runs on the ends here, take the poles out, take the guy ropes out. I'll leave the guy ropes on because they're just there ready for setup next time, and then we can finish rolling up the swag. Now when you come up to this end here, one more thing before you go any further is to unzip this door under here. This is just something else you can do to make it a little bit neater. You can of course just go straight ahead and just roll this up if you like. You'll probably end up with a bit of fabric sort of sticking out the sides and it won't be quite as neat, but if you are worried about it being neat, just take the time to zip all this up. We push this just down inside the swag there, so it actually comes out through there. So we can see we've now got a nice flat section there. This top section here, we'll fold this extra flap here, we'll fold that back on itself so that we can see those zipper pulls that the poles sit in. Pull this up, so we've got a bit of a dome here. We can throw the guy rope inside and we can now fold that flat as well. So we can see we've now got a really nice, neat, straight swag, so we can roll it. There's not going to be fabric sticking out the side, so it's going to be easier to pack onto our car. Now before you start rolling, make sure you've got your pegs and your poles ready, because what's going to happen is when you start rolling, and always start from the head end here, think of it more as a fold than a roll. This first fold, it's going to grab a point here to roll it over. We're going to see this pocket here where our pegs and poles can go. So unzip that, put your pegs and poles in there, secure it away so they're nice and safe. Just need to make sure they're short enough to fit in. Put that in there as well, zip that up. And then we're not going to pack it all up and then realize we've forgotten our pegs. And from here, think of it more as a fold. Tuck the fabric as you go, fold and roll, and then if you didn't drag your swag around too much, the straps should still be sitting in underneath because they're actually sewn onto the swag. So if we now bring this around, we can clip this in the other side here. Really easy to use clips. Tighten that up, same on the other side. Tighten that up. And now we're ready to put it back in the bag, which I will do to show you that these go back in the bag really easily. So I'll put that over the top. We can see here's that zipper that created the compression feature when it was new. We're not going to be able to do that zipper up again, but the bag does cater for plenty of space, so that goes over really easily. Zip that up. You do also get an extra bottle opener on your swag bag there. You can see that there is still tons of extra space in there. So if you rolled that up with a sleeping bag inside, it'd probably fit firmly inside this bag here, but it does cater for space for bedding rolled up inside the swag. That is how you set up and pack away the AOS Tracker Dome. Australian made, really good quality, come in a king single and a double size pack up, and all the features for the double are exactly the same as the king single. You might just need an extra person to help you roll it up, but they're really well made swags, pretty easy to set up. You can check them out online at snowings.com.au at our lowest prices every day. If you've got any questions, let us know down in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel for all of our latest information, or check out some other videos like this one down here.